Hey, greetings. It's Susie Q. We're working with Something Happened, moving into the Akashic Records and doing the automatic writing. And so this one is really inspired by what we call the reticular activating system. It's RAS, reticular activating system. And so this piece happened, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. I can't really recall. But this is what I wrote, and we're going to process a little bit of these energies today. Sometimes words get in the way. To observe life through the filters of days gone by, we look beyond our first thought impression. Skipping rocks over the smooth surface of the waters, dancing in the ripples of the ebbs and flows, rekindles an awakened state. In the presence of perceptible sight, we have an opening to call forth one's sacred vision. And what does that mean? We see this divine essence that comes into play as a repetitive nature as an act of choice. A thought concept is realized by your perceptible awareness, and there the choice begins. Whether the choice is accessed through your innate sense, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and taste, there too resides other means of accessing newer insights. Choice as an act of sovereignty initiates higher fields of contemplation. Sometimes words get in the way. For example, a query into the phrase reticular activating system /RAS opens into a new bandwidth of frequencies to play and create within. To greater explore the conceptual reality about choice, let's for a moment play with the obscurity of thought. Patterning at its very best may be shown as common traits or repetitive means of accessing choice. Many at this eternal moment of now, the Iman energies, see these frequencies as prosperous or protection for all who resides in this infusion, which we will interpret as choice. How to step into the Iman energy, the eternal moment of now. Number one, set an intention, and it's also called a Sankalpa. Set an intention is called a Sankalpa, and it's regarding to Yoga Nidra. Number two, feel what it feels like to be in this intention. What does it feel like when we feel like we're in this intention? So we're going to start again. Set an intention through Sankalpa. Number two, feel what it feels like to be in this intention. So that Sankalpa is this beautiful energy that is assisting each one of us to have a better experience with our manifestations. Number three, in a quiet meditative yoga nidra, yogic sleep, you see each and every component that creates your divine Sankalpa. Be bold with your impressions as above and so below. Access your highest expressions to draw the frequencies of light that best supports your Sankalpa. See the acts of each step of enlightenment as a movie that is fully detailed, and perhaps even the Sankalpa may be surprised with what your heart's intent reveals. Be present to the self-realization through your divine intent. Number four, replay the experience over and over and over again. Set your intention. Feel the emotion. See that it has already happened. Replay this glorious creation over and over again. Make a new choice today. It's safe to change your mind. Imagine the choice you make opens whole new portals just for you. In every moment of now, we have the ability to shift, pivot, or spin into a whole new field of aliveness that best supports your Iman energy, your eternal moment of now. Awesome. All right, so here. All right, so when we're looking at what we call yoga nidra or yogic sleep or the Sankalpa, this is a beautiful band of energy that will help catapult you into whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve or have awareness of. All of these things are really helping us through the Sankalpa. And so now we're talking about that reticular can't even say it, reticular activating system. And so when we're looking at some of these states with, finding the Sankalpa, finding your intention, finding your purpose, you start working with kind of looking at different states through the RAS, the reticular activating system. And you could say it could be a wakefulness, it could be focus, it could be fight or flight response. And it's how we see the world. And when we look at it, we're really looking at that sense of Sankalpa, because that fight or flight, it's kind of like a huge band of stinker energy. Could be good, I don't know. But I think that working with the Sankalpa related to the reticular activating system, I think this would be a great space for a person to, if they go into fight or flight, they have an opportunity to just sit and rest in that space, and then eventually they may find that they'll find something better, instead of being in fight or flight or a sympathetic nervous system. So we really want everybody to be in a positive state of consciousness while you're accessing these energies. So parasympathetic nervous system is really where the cool kids are. All right. So when we start looking at the Sankalpa, let's just say you've got some tendencies or some regrets or some things that didn't happen, or you went into, sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, I gotta fight, I gotta fly or fight. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but we start looking at the way that the Sankalpa works. So Yoga Nidra is a meditation. I used to do this back in Houston, and it's like called yogic sleep, but we want the person to not be asleep on the mat. And then we go through a process of accessing what we do want. And so you start working with different points in the body at the beginning of the meditation, and then eventually you start or get prompts like where would you like to go, where would you like to be, and then you go, the more, the deeper the details and the hearing and the sounds and all of the five senses and more of the senses are coming through to assist you with creating your Sankalpa, which is your intention. The intention with a Sankalpa would be maybe 6 months to 18 months. It's not like an immediate win with it, but you continue to focus on what you do want. You could even just, when you start going to the place that you want to be, you start opening the door, then you go out to your car, you get in your car, you drive. You do every step as if you were there presently. And the more details and the more signs and more senses of like, oh, this is what I want to do now, you start really just going deeper, 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 and just see it as if it was a movie of you. Now, I did this back a number of years ago, and it was when I was back in Cabo with some yoga intensive stuff, and I was working with the Sankalpa, just looking at when I was in Cabo, and then I would just kind of do the Sankalpa once I walked out of the condo, and then I would go to this pebble stone path, and then I would be looking at the sky and feeling free and feeling, wonderful. And then I might have gone down to the beach, and then I was maybe, and there was also a labyrinth there too. There was a labyrinth, so I was kind of like observing that. Then I went to the shore, the seashore, and there was that beautiful water and beautiful sand, and then I saw a kind of a mountain, or like a hill or a mountain, and I decided to go up to that. Then I took some time. So you start kind of just, kind of looking at what vision with your Sankalpa would it be? Now that was a beautiful place, in Cabo San Lucas, and it was really beautiful. But the more that you go into looking at some of these states of consciousness, especially when you get triggered, I'm so triggered, I'm triggered, or I'm pissed off, or I just I can't do anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. You can start working with a yoga nidra and with a sankalpa. And sometimes you could, like, some people like, well, I like to write about it. Well, it'd be better if you go into a meditative state and just relax into the energy and start seeing yourself in these different places or whatever it is that your goal is. You're going to be going through that. And the more that you go over the sankalpa over and over again through thought, through thinking, through nights, maybe through lucid dreaming, you might be getting some more guidance there. But that Sankalpa is really resetting the RAS, the reticular activating system. It's resetting it, and it's bringing in more joy and more expectancy that whatever it is that you're achieving or desiring to have in your field, it's already there. So you always say it's already there. It's already there. It's already there. So I think that's it for now. We'll see you soon, and namaste.